That's right. That's right. Beast of the East.
I like the new logo. That's pretty cool.
That's a hatchet job right there. It works. I noticed the last video there was the one that almost got by me.
Almost.
The 400 feet up the hill.
How could I not end the video with
I was gonna say that run had to make the promo.
Doc Kinnaman going 500 feet, 490, whatever it was.
It was a good pull.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he had more, but he just stopped, right?
Yeah, it was going uphill and it was still scratching. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think the sled pan was sitting on the ground right anymore.
Scratching means it was still digging. It was still
it was still digging.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to cut you off, Duane. 2 weeks in a row, we're here live. And hi, Kendra.
And we're well, mostly.
Again, I said hi, Kendra.
Hello.
Hello. How is the tax life going?
Well, as I was leaving a client's today at 5:15, that was an hour away. So I literally just got home 20 minutes ago. I said, the good news is I still feel like I'm on the outside of the dumpster fire. So we're all good.
Very good. Yep. Won't be long now. That's for sure.
Yep. I think I'm down to like 13 working days till I'm done. So
that's long enough.
Officially retired.
Yeah. Till I'm on my summer hours. Till I'm back on banker hours.
And tonight we have Duane Martin, one part of the Beast of the East crew from the Lebanon Area Fairgrounds. And not only does he have a 3-event schedule to talk about, there's a lot of stuff rocking and rolling in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. We'll get into that later, but first we'll just kind of turn him loose because we all know Duane loves to talk, and that's why we have him here tonight. And Duane's Duane, there's Mike Walker. How's Mike Walker? All ready to go south? Let me know.
Maybe we should have had Mike on tonight too.
Never say never. Never say never. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. For goodness sakes, let YouTube know that we're somebody, and you might kind of sort of like us just a little bit. But Duane, we're just going to turn you loose, and turn you loose and just let you have at it. And
did we set a time limit for him?
Nah, you got 55 minutes. You talk, buddy.
I might be
all about it.
I might be done in a couple of minutes.
Nah,
yeah.
I guess I'll start.
I'm sorry. Before I do get started,
go ahead.
I want everybody keep the Pugh and Abshire family in your thoughts and prayers. Michelle Abshire, unfortunately, lost her mother, Lillian Louise Sis, as we all know her, Pugh, earlier in the week. And sad. Spent a lot of time filming trackside for several years with Michelle and her mom, Sis, and gosh, I'm horrible with names. Tanya Nails. I'm just kidding. And just had a lot of good times, a lot of good conversations, and some chuckling. And we'll certainly miss her. And we're going to go down tomorrow evening and pay our respects. And everybody keep the family in your prayers, please. Okay, Duane.
All right, I guess we'll start with the schedule. We have 3 dates scheduled this year, and we're looking at May the 20th, June the 17th, and August the 12th. For the first event here on May the 20th, we're going to have Snyder County points. Let me see here, 2.6 Pro Street 3.0 Limited Pro Diesel, the Pro Street gas trucks, 8500 Light Pro 95 Super Farm class will be the Snyder County points classes that we're hosting. We'll also have Wild Street Diesel, Street Legal Semis, Pro Street Semis, Street Gas, 9500 Turbo Farm Stock, and 13,000 Farm Stock. Pools start at 7 p.m. and pits open soon after lunch. So if you need more information, you can see it on beastofthesepools.com. The June 17th event will be similar in classes. We're going to be having a Run What You Brung class. And again, the Run What You Brung is a points class through Snyder County. The Pro Street gas trucks, 2.6 Pro Street diesel, and 3.0 limited Pro diesels will be the points classes on the June the 17th. Then on August the 12th, we're bringing in Appalachian Outlaws, the small block high output gas class, big block high output gas class, and we've added the super modified. So we're going to have a super modified / Run What You Brung, which is going to be a points class for Appalachian Outlaws. We'll be having 2.6 Pro Street diesel and 3.0 limited Pro Stock diesel as Snyder County classes on that weekend. And on top of that, our regular classes will be Wild Street diesel, street legal semis, and street gas. So that's what we have going for our dates. The expo. Oh, yes.
Guess what? I just cross-referenced all 3 of your dates with my schedule.
And you're open.
I will see. I do believe I'll see you at all 3 of your events.
Praise the Lord. Nothing else works out. June the
I can't wait to try out my new video stand up there, man. It's awesome.
All right, yeah. I think we're gonna have a crow's nest for you.
Oh boy.
Maybe we can fit that crow's nest between the tracks now that we have room to actually put something in between the tracks.
Yeah.
If you trust it.
I've done it before. That's okay. It'll be 2 of us up there, so one per track. It works better.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see how it all works out. We're gonna be we're moving a lot of I shouldn't say we are. The expo is moving a lot of dirt right now, and the pit side stands all got completely disassembled and moved, and that whole side got dynamited. Ooh. And they dug down and actually even, I think if I understood right, they actually even blasted the rock out at the end of the track. So if you remember, the end of the track kind of went uphill.
Yes.
And I think if I understood right, that's all getting cut out and that's shaved down so that getting off the end of the track is going to be a little bit easier. Then the track's getting wide, and I'm not exactly sure what the footage is. It's 100 something. I was thinking off the top of my head 115, but that might be exaggerating a little bit. And new stands, the full length of the pit side, and I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be done yet in time for this year, but the idea was to put an announcer's stand and a tech station, incorporate that all into one 2-story building, have the announcing up top and tech and registration in the bottom, and then right behind the center of the registration would be 2 scale pads, so we can double up on our scales.
Nice. Cool.
And so it hopefully would flow a little bit better, not jam the end of the track up as much. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty excited about it. Oh, the best part, new light poles behind the stands, tall.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So we'll see how they work. These lights have been stored in a storage container for quite a while, waiting to be installed. So now, yeah.
That's awesome.
So I think Woodland Contractors is doing the work up there, moving a lot of the dirt and getting everything set up so that I'm trying to think. What are we at? We're on April the 12th. I think sometime this week, or possibly sometime this week, they're going to start reassembling the stands, putting the stands back into place, and or next week. But the way I understood it, there's a crew coming in from out of state to do that work. So however their schedule runs, could be give or take. So when we start, when we get in there on May the 20th to do our first pull, we might have a little bit of dirt and not as much grass to deal with until the grass comes in.
It's okay.
We're pretty excited about having a facility that's being improved. And I know that we had light, but it was always a little bit more on the hazy, dark side.
Yeah, but
So
you know what? I don't know if it's the fact that the camera equipment on my end got better, or whatever, or even taking still photos. The lighting is better prior to now
mhm.
uh, than years past, so to speak. Like go back 10 years, 15 years, the lighting was horrible. There was plenty of it there; it was just not angled properly and stuff.
Yeah.
But they made some adjustments and it worked. It helped a lot. I can't wait to see what it'll be like now.
Yeah, the expo is always working at trying to improve and make sure that everything works properly for us, and also for the fair and the other events.
Yeah. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Oh, my little Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's swinging there?
That is Cindy's sister. That was one of her little Christmas ornament gifts for me. It was a Bigfoot Sasquatch.
So, yeah, we're pretty excited about it. We're working on improving our equipment a little bit, and we'll see if everything gets fixed in time for the new season. But are you going to be there, Kendra?
No.
I will be there.
No, she won't be there.
I will.
Run What You Brung class is going to be there.
Is the July one?
Yeah, July
Yeah.
and August.
No, June 17th.
June 17th and August the 12th.
I don't know if we're coming August the 12th. I think we might stay at Union County.
That's fine. That was
the weekend.
That was the plan for most of those. That's why that is not a points class for Snyder County, because we not sure. The way I understood it is the fairs have certain weekends of the month, and August the 12th overlaps us with West End, which is very unfortunate, but we had to compromise on that one with Snyder County.
Yeah, something about, because we had an issue with the interstate schedule as well. Something about, like, they're later than they normally are. Something about their bylaws with, like, the first or second Monday or
well, there is
Sunday
an open date of the 19th. Why not? Can somebody go to the 19th of August?
I think we had actually worked on some of it, but sled scheduling, there was a lot of conflicts, so that was a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier just to stick to our same week of the month, and just I shouldn't say limp through it, but be civil with the rest of the fairs and work it out. And
that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Well, and I think next year it'll all go back. This is like just the one weird year.
What is weird about this year? I don't.
Because usually it's a leap year, so I don't. Okay. I don't know. It's not a leap year. Next year is the leap year, but I think next year, when you're looking at the calendar, it's back to normal.
Mm-hmm. There's a 7-year cycle. It has to do with the days of the month where they start at in relation to the weeks. So I think every 7 years it's the same.
Yeah, it's just
crazy,
wonky. It's wonky this year.
Wonky.
And I think like a lot of places where I know Luray was having issues with college graduations, like they're getting pushed back because of, I don't know, like June was weird too when we were trying to schedule everything. So who knows? I don't know. That's for sure.
So now there is 2 double wide tracks within 45 minutes of each other on the East Coast.
Yes.
Oh, I was like, who's the other one? I remember the Buck.
Yep. Yeah, the Buck. They did some major renovations too. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think
they're kicking off their season.
There, you can put the track off to one side, and you can do a U-turn on it and make it back down to start. You don't even have to back up.
I wish I could make a list of people who need to widen their track. Even just a couple places now. You can't blame safety, but I can pick on this track because it's my hometown track, Boonesboro, because it's government. They had to come in and put their safety stuff in there, and now you can't drive a vehicle down there and turn it around easily. If it has a good turn radius, it can. But I know like some of the diesel pickups, they have to go down backwards and
crazy trucks. Yeah.
dang on trucks. Hey, there's some tractors that can't make a good turn down there either.
Something that we're blessed with at Lebanon is a lot of room to turn around. We can actually flow it in a circle. And so I was looking at aerial views of the Buck, and that pushes everything back into the pit area, which used to be like their side pit area. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't been there. I don't know how tight it feels, but I know that when it's full in there, every available space gets used up. And the same way for us, like trying to think of how to, if we had a little bit of input or they asked for input, and
there we go. I know it had something to do with the bylaws and the first,
It's fine. We're all civil, and I think we can all work together and make it work this year. Everybody gets to have. It's still possible for everybody to have most of their classes and not overlap. Mm-hmm. It's just the points for. We had to give up tractors, but we already give up tractors because of our Appalachian Outlaws thing. Yeah. So we gave up one class of tractors, and we gave up we gave up points for Run What You Brung with both West End and so there's no points for Run What You Brung that weekend. That way we're not pulling trucks from one or the other.
Perfect. Yeah, so, I've always heard it Lebanon. If you wanted to, I will repronounce that as Lebanon. Lebanon. That is how it is pronounced. Is Lebanon. I've heard the Northerners in the state of Pennsylvania call it Lebanon. It is not Lebanon. That is a terrorist country overseas. I'm probably going to get shut down on YouTube for saying that, but it is Lebanon. That is the area-wide. What would you say?
I have a Dutch pronunciation.
Okay.
Lepelin.
Lepelin? Works for me.
Well, don't they pronounce it's Lebanon, Missouri?
Yeah.
Lebanon, Missouri. In my book, it's Lebanon, Missouri.
Yeah. I think when I hear like people from out there say it, they say Lebanon.
I could see a facility like that. I can't say it. It's a secret. It's not a secret, but there's an idea and brainstorming going on. So
more competition. No. I thought you said you could see an event at Beast of the East that's grand.
Absolutely.
And something
I love
more.
your events. Your events are awesome.
But incorporating other stuff into it,
Yes, exactly. Now you're reading, you're following.
Well, say what's going on in my head is it's kind of a shame there during the fair that we can't do like an East Coast Snyder County event or something, like have both tracks going.
The fair only runs one track.
Yes.
Yeah, but why have a track that big if you're not going to utilize it? They have the crowd there. They could afford it.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not an East Coast interstate event?
Yeah. Whatever. Bring it on. Wednesday night, there's nothing else competing with it.
We tried to get interstate in there for weekends, but all the dates are taken up and then some.
Oh, yeah. Our schedule is crazy.
Dale. Come on. Make it work, Dale.
We are trying. Well, for Lebanon Fair, that's August, right? No,
yeah, I think the beginning of August, end of July, beginning of August.
Yeah, July 26th. We don't have anything going on. The week before is absolutely insane, but
July 26th. Yeah, that's a Wednesday night. Yes, correct. And then we have a Thursday night rain date, and then we're off to my home county pool.
Mm-hmm.
And Bel Air.
Yeah, we always get a little bit jealous when we see the numbers that the Lebanon Fair pulls for their tractor pulls. It's just insanity.
Oh my
Everybody's
gosh.
Already there, and
I've seen some pretty good. I've seen some pretty good crowds at your pool, and they're standalone. You guys have nothing to scoff at. You get some good crowds today.
Some of the reason that the track is getting or the seating is getting expanded at the track is for the fair, because it normally ends up being standing room only, and a lot of their events are actually sold out. So if you're waiting till 3 days before to do rodeo or demo derby or pools, the tickets are normally sold out online.
It's kind of like Keystone Nationals. You get the people
Yeah.
to call you on Friday. I want a finish line seat for Saturday night. Okay.
Should have ordered that 3 months ago.
Yeah, I tell them, you start looking at that into December, 1st of January, if you want a finish line seat for the finals. So.
Yeah, seats were pretty nice this year again.
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, you were standing down there in the dirt, right? Oh, you left.
No, I was at.
You were out in the trailer.
Hey, this year though we had a live stream, so I was pretty happy with that. I at least
this guy was ready to go home Saturday. Believe me.
Yeah, I could half watch on the live stream.
What cracked me up was a big TV sitting beside full pools stand there, where the mini rods were sitting in the pits. There was I came down there. I forget which night it was. Might have been Friday evening, and there was probably 35 people sitting there in lawn chairs watching a big screen.
Yeah, I know a lot of poolers stayed in the back instead of going out and standing in the dirt.
The experience is kind of how do you want to say it? It's neutered because the smoke's going out through the tube, but there's nothing like being in the arena and feeling the sound or feeling it. You can still feel it.
Absolutely. What did you think of the Bloom small block mini class? Did you get a chance to watch it?
That was pretty cool. I was actually standing down right behind you there when that went, and I wouldn't miss them. There's something about it. They're just insanity.
They're cool. Yep. Yeah, I enjoyed that class. I enjoyed them all, but that was a pretty cool class. Something different.
But yeah, we'll give Richard a shout out here. That screen was actually Richard Love with Full Pool Productions. Actually, that is his screen that he's going to use for a lot of his events this summer. Kind of have the video replay back and everything like that. So
quite an investment there.
Very big investment. Glad it was him and not me.
It's awesome though.
They did it hooked up with the free live stream and all that, but that was about all I wanted to do with that project.
I'm just waiting until somewhere somebody has one that we could set up at our track. But
I think his is available for rent.
Again, it must be nice.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs, but I know it was kind of a deal with Keystone with part of their sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. I know it was all.
And me too. Good evening, Dustin.
Good evening, Zed. How are you? Is the modified ready? You don't have to go pulling in 2 weeks. Next week we do, but I don't think our mods will be there. We have. No. I think Interstate's got 2 classes.
The mods and the mod turbos.
Yes.
Their first hook is Greensboro.
Yes.
Well, after feeling the weather yesterday, today, tomorrow, I think I'm going to be ready to get out on the track somewhere. Just to
Eastern
get out.
Maryland, April 22nd.
Next Saturday, come on down.
That would be a hike for you.
That's not too bad. I was working down in Chestertown East, and it's just below that. Not too bad.
Yep.
I think for me, straight down 213, I think it would only be about 2.5 hours.
It takes me an hour and 20 minutes or so. Depends. With the RV, it'd be a little longer. But yeah.
So if JR is doing like a crab boil for me, I'll show up.
Yeah, I haven't forgot that. That was a nice hell of a feast there.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm
going to throw somebody under the bus, but they broke my Blackstone and it's still not fixed.
Oh, so, come on.
I know. How dare him?
So what did they do? Did it fall off the truck or what?
Something about when we took the gooseneck down to Georgia, since we didn't have the enclosed trailer. we had to put the Blackstone in the bed. And I guess when we made a turn,
Whoops.
the gooseneck swung over and it knocked the where the propane goes in. So a pretty important part of the whole Blackstone.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
So Norman, if you're watching, get it fixed.
You got a welder.
Yeah, he knows how to weld. What the
Just
heck?
make sure the propane's turned off.
Yeah. Disconnect it from the propane first.
Could you guys hear that?
Now I heard something.
My phone was sending alert that it's ladies' night at Applebee's.
Crazy things happen in your part of the country.
Run, Norm.
I don't think I have the energy to go to Lebanon tonight.
No, actually, it's I think it's we have a joint account on our Apple thing, and so the iCloud and so I can put something on my schedule and she gets it automatically on her phone, so we're both on the same page.
Oh.
So
communication.
Yeah, communication. I don't have to text her every time I'm doing something.
Not a bad idea.
I'm playing the fifth because mine might be watching, so I'm saying. Just kidding.
Just get like 360, then you'll always know where they're at.
I guess back to Beast of the East here. Is there any talk of any additional events in the future, maybe, or
that's always
pretty much? You think
that's always an option. We were actually talking about doing another event again this year, but the way the timing worked out, it was conflicting with being too close to the fair, and so that got nixed. There's some odds and ends stuff, but if opportunities come knocking, we're always open to expand out. But at this point, we're just sticking with our 3 for the year. Yeah. Okay. So just wait until somebody comes knocking on our door and says, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this or that?" Or we stumble across something. Talk with a lot of people during the year, and it's always hard to break into other organizations that have full schedules.
Yeah, with the way the weather is working, I mean, you can schedule later into the year depending on harvest. I understand that. Lebanon, very much in the heart of farming country. October is a questionable time to schedule any kind of events.
I was thinking September gets to be pretty open.
Yeah. Again, harvest season. Yeah. We've tried September and we've had issues with harvest. A lot of guys didn't show up because they were busy in the fields. And I think we messed up one year and actually managed to have a pool on the first day of archery season. And
yeah,
that kind of didn't end well. So at this point, we're around the second week or third week in the month, kind of in the middle of the month, and that seems to work the best for us.
Yeah. I'm going pulling. I'm not worried about archery season. I used to hunt.
I had an idea, JR. If you're doing all these events and you got to get to the track to do this, why don't you pull one of them little mobile cherry picker things with outriggers and you can boom yourself right in over. Take it to each
just
pool.
tuck it on the back of the truck there.
And I don't have to worry about setting up a scaffolding in the middle of the track.
I don't need no scaffolding.
See, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like. That hillside that you normally stood on the south side, on the pit side, I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. If that's getting knocked down, or if we need to.
We'll make something work.
There is scaffolding on site if we have an issue.
Oh, I have my own too. So
okay. Either way.
Yep. We shall see. The closer to the date, we'll see what it looks like, and we'll make something work, I'm sure.
So is anybody on cue? Is anybody new coming out this year? Any switch ups? Nothing?
I've heard of a couple new hot farms coming out of the out y'all's way, Kendra.
Mm.
We were just talking about it the other day. John Deere dealership in Frederick, Maryland. I think
Glad
that's
Hill.
something. Glad Hills, yes. I heard there's one or two coming from them, and some others I've heard so. But we'll see. Plans change. So
Gotcha.
See, I haven't heard. I think there's going to be a couple people that we didn't really see a lot of the last couple years making more appearances.
Mhm.
I know one mod turbo that's been kind of down and out for a little bit. He's going to come back out. He was actually telling me at, I think it was Keystone, week before Keystone, he called, wanted to inquire about sending in his membership. And I was like, well, I'll be. Good to have you back here, bud.
Mhm.
So,
yeah, Tom Bedger signed on for points this year, and they're super pros. So that's nice to have another guaranteed tractor in a class that needs some numbers. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to see a slight uptick. I think we're going to see a lot more pullers. Maybe not 100% running for points, but making a lot more hooks. I think things are a lot more settled down, as settled down as they can be in the economy. Gas prices are a little cheaper than they were last year. Not a lot, but they've definitely come down since last year a little bit.
I think they're on the rise right now.
Mm-hmm. They are here.
Think they're going back up a little bit.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
we're
think
up near
we'll level
$3.60
out.
a gallon here. So
Yeah. Hey, it's not $5 to $6 for gasoline anymore. So
no, but
yeah.
So I've heard talk of a couple of trucks, possibly some new trucks, some guys moving up or moving out of around and within classes. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if everybody's going to be ready this
I
year.
seen a Varner that pulls with you guys, Kendra. The small block 4x4 class had a truck. There at Keystone, it ran with our 62s.
Oh yes.
It's like an old Cubbage truck.
Yeah. What was his name? Yeah, I don't know if he's planning to run East Coast with that. I'm assuming so. I don't really know much about that. Yeah. I would assume it would be East Coast. There's really not much on the interstate side.
You guys still have a 68 modified much?
62.
You don't have a 68 modified truck anymore? Okay. Wow.
No, it would be 62.
That used to be a pretty good class at one time.
Yeah. Yeah, that class kind of, typical door slammer class. There was some drama and some splits and some too many what's that say? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's what we'll say.
Careful. So. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's something that everybody has to be careful of, all the organizations out there. I mean, we have 5 guys within our organization that are voting members, and we kind of run it as a equal membership or equal voting power. And I know there's some organizations, I'm not going to name names right now, that are a little bit in turmoil. They got too big, too fast. And I'm just hoping that that can settle down and everybody can get along and we can move on and have good pulls. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going across the wires, and some of it's not true, some of it is true, and it's kind of hard to figure out who to believe and what to believe. And when you're a promoter and you got to play neutral, then you got to be very careful what you say, because I already had one person say, "Hey, I heard you said this about me," and I was like, "No, I didn't." So I like to talk, and I got to be careful.
That's okay.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the problem with polling. Not that there's many problems in polling, but sometimes, it is, to call a spade, there's drama in it. On a class level, on a promoter level, on from the bottom all the way to the top. And unfortunately, sometimes it can really be detrimental. And that's kind of the problem with having so many organizations around here. is like with the modified truck class. They're like, well, we're going to go pull Dragon and we're going to go pull East Coast, and we'll stay here at Interstate. And now you took 15 trucks, and now you have 5 here, 5 there, 5 there.
Yeah, exactly.
And that hurts. Then you start losing classes or losing pools, and it's not good for anybody.
Yeah, takes time. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want part of the politics, but
yeah,
it takes time. But Ryan Varner is that truck driver.
Yep, Ryan. Yep.
Something that I did notice. Is that a lot of pullers that run interstate and East Coast and some of the bigger stuff will travel further, and some of our local classes or what we're running with points don't actually travel as far, or they if they're driving 2 hours, it's far for them because we got to stay close to home, we got work to do, whatever, and they'd rather not travel far. So it's kind of tough sometimes because that some of them are on board and some of them aren't, and when you're getting I don't know, too much drama some days.
Then you have people that are like, let's go to Florida 6 times in the winter.
No way. No way.
One year I did that, and man, did we have fun, but holy cow, did that wear you out. Oh my golly.
You might as well just buy a house down there and live down there for a while.
Well, luckily that was right after Allegiant started flying down for pretty cheap. So we were able to we drove the trucks down there one time, and thankfully I think we only had to bring the trucks home once with some issues. One time we shipped an engine from Florida back to Pennsylvania and then shipped it back down. But we were able to fly either out of Hagerstown or Harrisburg down and back for fairly cheap. And we didn't have to take luggage because we just kept our clothes down there because every Airbnb has a washing machine. Mm-hmm. So it was actually a pretty sweet deal. Wouldn't want to do it every year. It was a lot of work, but we had fun.
Just way too far away from home.
Yeah. And, we made it fun. Like one time we went to Universal Studios while we were down there. One time we didn't go to Disney World. We did like the Disney Springs or whatever. Like the guys would take their kids down and we'd find stuff to do, or we just hang out at the rental house. Or the one time we went, it was like the world's largest flea market. So we of course had to buy a bunch of stuff because why not? There's 3 semi-trailers going home. We'll find room.
That's awesome. I thought JR turned around there. I thought he was leaving for a minute.
No, looking for papers.
Papers.
Is your tax accountant getting angry with you?
No.
One of these evenings, we're going to be talking about classic tractors, right?
What's that? I already have a show. It was on last Thursday.
No,
classic tractors.
Oh,
all those
yes. I was just talking to Bill Grover about that. Yes, it's coming. Yes, absolutely. Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah. Got a work schedule here. I'm trying to look at anyway. The mod is ready for Greensboro. See you there. You bet, Zed. We'll be there, buddy. You bet. I'm ready. I'm ready to leave right now. Head south.
Just tired of it all. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
I'm more looking forward to Greensboro because I won't have to work that morning before I go pulling. Easton, I'll probably be working right until he says, let's go. So it is what it is. It's the job I signed up for.
Mm-hmm. Since I'm not following the schedule there, your first pull, the first East Coast pull is when? This weekend or 2 weeks?
Yeah, April 22nd.
And it's Interstate's first event too. It's
okay.
Cool.
Oh, that's okay. Cool.
Yeah, we got 4 and they have 2. Yeah, we have. While we're at it, April 22nd at 6 p.m.
Easton, Maryland.
Easton, Maryland, Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Showgrounds. East Coast Pro Pulling, Pro Stock. Excuse me. East Coast Diesel 4x4 class.
Thank
And
you.
while
for
we're
correcting
at it,
that.
while we're at it, every East Coast Diesel 4x4 class this year pays $1,000 first place.
Hmm.
You win that class this year, it's $1,000. Nice. That class used to be Pro Stock Diesel 4x4, and that class is now open to Super Stock Diesel trucks or pickles, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely.
Does that mean that the pickle's going to be a super stock this year?
Pickle is not going to be a super stock this year.
Well,
It's going to stay a 3.6.
466 hot farm, limited Pro Stock semis, and the light Pro tractors. And on the interstate side of things,
We are going to have the 7800 modified engine tractors as well as the 8500 mod turbos.
okay.
Mods and mods.
I'm just picking anybody that's an interstate fan. Hush. I'm picking on Kendra. That's what we do. But anyway,
Hey, I think it's going to be a fantastic show.
it's going to be one hell of a show. I hope the weather is as pretty as it's been the last couple of days. Same goes for Beast of the East.
I am hoping for a dry spring, semi-dry.
Yes.
It can rain in the middle of the week, but the weekends need to stay dry.
Yep, I agree.
So,
Absolutely. Ouch.
It could
Absolutely.
rain Monday through Thursday. That's it.
Let's see. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I was talking to my dad about the jet stream moves back and forth, and it creates El Nino and La Nina weather effects. And I think I forget what he had said they were predicting for this year, but hopefully that gives us the weekends that we need. Thumbs up.
Brian Morrison.
Brian Morrison, Mr.
Always
Thumbs.
thumbs up.
You know why? I was told why he does that.
Why is that?
Because when he's done polishing the wheels on the back of his tractor, gets man looks at that. Sorry, Brian. I'm just relaying what I was told. So
Vanity.
I guess I'll hide come next Saturday. Anyway, but there's a couple other things here.
I was going to say, while we're talking about the schedule, I also want to shout out to the Westminster, Maryland, Carroll County Ag Center. April 28th and 29th. Tractors will pull on the 28th. Everything from farm stock starting at 5 p.m. Moving into the classic mods, the light limited turbo tractors, 7,800 modifieds and 8,500 mod turbos. Saturday, starting at 9 a.m., there will be a truck show. Drag racing will start at 2 p.m. And at 6 p.m., they're going to kick it off with the 6,200 two-wheel drives, 3.0 diesel trucks, street pickups, semis, and dump truck pulling.
Woohoo!
Speaking of pickles.
Speaking of yes. Thank you, big time. CE Ankwicks Construction, that would be Carl Ankwicks, and East Coast Diesel, man, $1,000 to win any first place victory in the East Coast Diesel 4x4 class. I forgot to show that earlier. But, absolutely. We're tickled about that, for sure. And if that don't bring a few hitters here and there, that class is going to be in trouble. So just come support it.
Yep.
Period. I spoke.
Please.
And you can talk to me.
Please
you can
come
talk to me.
support.
I ain't going to beg and please, but I'm just telling you. Come get her done, boys and girls.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead, Duane.
That class is open now to anything that to the super stocks, and it's still called Pro Stock on there. So is that the actual name of the class?
I'm not sure why they're still doing that.
Okay.
Unless something's changed outside of the realm of my knowledge, when we had our winter meetings, it was East Coast Diesel 4x4.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be the new name for the class, and I'm sure if you talk to Pickle real quick, he'll.
Yeah, he is.
As a matter of fact, he already contacted me about that. So. But
we're hoping that is updated in due time.
Well, creating graphics, somebody's got to sit down and do it, like everything else. That's, I think, the hardest part for me with all this Beast of These stuff. We don't promote it and push it quite as hard because life is busy and you're always doing something.
Yep.
And
everybody that does a good job promoting it wants to be paid too.
Yeah, and it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tara.
no, Tara, we're not calling anybody out. But that was just, it was discussed in the winter meetings that it was changed to the East Coast Diesel 4x4 is what it was. Unless it changed, you check with the higher ups, Tara. I might be wrong.
Yeah, Norm was never informed of a change, and he's been telling a lot of super stock pullers to come pull with him. So hopefully, hopefully nothing's changed.
But and there's the obviously now with Tara. Thank you for the artwork and stuff, because several of them are out on Facebook now. She's been taking care of the events, awesome. Flyers here and stuff. So yeah, cool.
I was just looking to see at this point right now, since I see all the sponsors out, I was like, oh, I never even mentioned any of the sponsors. This year, Hassler is going to come on as title sponsor again.
Who?
Hassler Diesel.
Never heard of him.
Hassler Diesel Performance.
Never heard of him.
Hassler Diesel. Precision Power and Accessories. Davies Polishing. Eblings. Woodland Contractors, Crow Farm, Sensnick Spreading, Burning Bushels, and Stockyard Style. So if you want more information on Burning Bushels and Stockyard Style, you got to find it online, because I'm not 100% sure. Stockyard Style.
How about that Sensnick Spreading?
Yeah.
How'd that get on there?
Sensnick Spreading.
All right.
Look at that. Just keep bouncing it. Mirror effect, smaller. Kudos to Sensnick Spreading, because they're the ones that give us the aroma and the moisture.
Yep. And he's got the area to really let her rip this year.
Yeah, he's going to have to really put the RPMs up to try to make his 70-foot or 65 or 70-foot spread reach the whole way across the track.
It's pretty wicked. Wow, it's 7:52 already.
Yeah.
Moly.
Kendra's doing taxes.
Looking forward to seeing the new...
I am responding to an email, unfortunately.
Looking forward to seeing the new Lebanon layout and stuff. And
yep, we're pretty excited about it. Hopefully it all is done in time.
Yep. Yeah, the schedule so far looks pretty good for me, getting there for all three of them. So that's
awesome. I was a little bit worried there the first night at Keystone. I didn't see Ty there. Well, I guess he did show up then for.
Tell me about
it. I was like
I ended up. Go ahead.
One of the mainstays in truck pulling photography is missing.
He, well, I knew ahead of time he wasn't coming. So,
yep.
Yeah, I had to actually not even open my video stand up for Thursday night. I had to put Mike behind the video camera, and I shot the photography, and it turned out really good. I just haven't posted them yet. I've been busy. Post Keystone and the thing that Kendra does, taxes. But I haven't even listed the videos yet. By the way, folks, I do have the video sets that have been long shipped. Willie Van, if you are watching this, I'll be calling you. I got to get caught up with everybody and get those videos listed. I know some people are looking for them, so my apologies. I will get to them. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Tyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Ty. Yes, I will be dealing with him very soon. So.
I come across a Facebook post that had a Beast of These picture on it, and it didn't have anything to do with Beast of These. And I was like, oh, okay, somebody's using the pictures, Ty's pictures. And then when I scrolled down to the bottom, it said, "Thank you, Tyrus, for the picture." I was like, all right, that works. I guess that's why they're all watermarked.
Tyrus.
Tyrus and Eastern Extreme right along the bottom. Can't get away from it.
Can't get away from them idiots, can you? How about that?
That's right. I'm hoping that his schedule works too. I think he said everything works out, but
Yeah,
who knows?
it should. It should. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Wah.
Wake up. It's time to go.
I'm
forward,
just
man.
glad I'm not an accountant right now. That's all I can say.
I'm very jealous.
Even though I do take care of all my numbers and stuff, but that's enough.
I'll just be glad when I go back to my 36-hour work weeks.
Yeah, to be
Counting down the days.
Yep.
Memorial Day starts my half-day Fridays, so I can't complain too much. So
I'm just thankful to have QuickBooks on my phone, so I can do whenever. My phone's always with me, so
yeah,
I can do all my reconciling and invoices right off my phone and don't have to sit at a computer all the time. So
that is one of our big selling points to a lot of the small business owners.
Has the price of golf carts come down yet? I got to see Shannon and see.
we need to get Shannon on here and have a
Yeah,
golf cart podcast.
I found one for sale here up the road, about 4 or 5 miles. Well, 6 miles up north of the Delta Pool. And they still want a $3,200 for that thing. I'm like, it's crazy.
Gonna have to do a garden tractor.
Well, I want something easy for my father to get in and out, off and on. There we go.
Well, I'm sure if you were to put a word in with Shannon, he might be able to find you something.
I did. You know what his response was?
Not happening.
Don't do it now, JR. I've actually asked him a couple times, and the response has been the same.
Oh,
No.
Not happening.
I'm not looking for a freebie, but I don't want to spend, a ton of money for something that's going to get used,
Yeah.
Not much. It's easier for him to get on and off one of those than it is. I mean, we got plenty of tractors here, but he's not a climber anymore. He just don't have the legs to do it anymore. So.
What about the golf cart shop in Kennedyville?
Kennedyville, Maryland.
Mills. Clint Mills' dad has a golf cart shop.
That's right. You're right. I forgot about that.
But again, who knows what they have in stock?
Right.
I think they kind of do the same thing.
I don't need the latest greatest. I don't want something busted up either, but it doesn't have to be,
mag wheels and a flashy paint job.
That stuff. I mean, it's not even that dire to have because I don't know how much more he's going to be coming out the house. So,
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
Almost done with them taxes there.
Almost. The problem is whenever you start emailing clients this late in the evening, they just they
don't stop.
it, and they're like,
Uh-oh, she's answering her emails. Now we can talk to her for a while.
"Oh, she's always going to work till 8:00 every night." No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Once you start it, it's always going to happen.
Yeah. Well, this way I can get a head start on it tomorrow morning. So that's what we're going to look at it as.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Because it's a lot easier to get answers at 8 p.m. than at 6 a.m. So
what else do we need to talk about here real quick schedule-wise? Second hook of the year for East Coast Pro Pulling. May 6th, 6 p.m. at the Greensboro Fire Department Carnival Grounds in Greensboro, Maryland. 7,500-pound modified tractors, 10.5 hot farm tractors, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, light pro tractors, and the limited pro stock semis, again, 6 p.m. May 6th. Then we're going to look at May 27th. We'll just finish out the month of May here real quick. 6 p.m. at the Washington County Ag Center in Boonesboro, Maryland, with the 9,500-pound super stock, 10,000-pound pro stock tractors. the 7,500-pound modified tractors, 6,200-pound modified four-wheel drive trucks, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks. Wow. 10.5 hot farm, and the limited pro stock semis. What a lineup of classes that is.
That's going to be a good show. It always is. Their Memorial Day event is always
Awesome.
awesome.
And June, which is June 24th, Delaware International Speedway in Delmar, Maryland. The 9,500-pound super stock, 10,000-pound pro stock tractors, 10.5 hot farm tractors, 6,200-pound modified four-wheel drive trucks, 7,500-pound modified tractors, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. Once again, a huge lineup of classes. And I'm going to stop there. Kendra.
Them diesel trucks have a lot of pulls.
Yes, they do. Semis have, the hot farms.
Yeah, the hot farms are just as crazy.
Hot farms are going to just about, I won't say every event, but they're in quite a few of them. So.
So the Delaware event, is there a track there, or is that being prepped just for this?
There is it's a roundy round track.
Okay.
We had our first hook there last year ever.
Yep.
And what a crowd, man. I saw the promoter afterwards when I was struggling to get to the car to get home. And struggling, I'm telling you, it was bad. But I heard him say, "This is the biggest crowd I've ever seen here." And I'm telling you, there wasn't a seat to be had, man. Everywhere you looked, there was people.
And they were into it. The crowd was very into it, which is always a fun time.
Joan, the one guy there as part of the track was announcing, and Joan Keene also. And man, they nailed it. I'm telling you, they brought great attention to the, kept the crowd informed and pumped. It was perfect. And hopefully we got 2 events there this year now, and can't wait to go back.
Awesome.
Track's going to be even better, I'm sure, now that they got an event under their belt with it. So, yeah.
I don't know if you thought about it at our events, but it seems like the crowd is more into it when there's 2 announcers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As long as they can work off one another and know when to punch the crowd a little bit, it really works good. And they did a hell of a job down there last year. The crowd was into it from start to finish. So,
yeah.
And a lot of places are like that, thankfully. Because I'm telling you, it takes a good announcer to make a good event, too.
Something that I thought worked well for us was having one announcer in the stand and then having a trackside or roving announcer that can get caught up with things going on down towards the track, and that works quite well.
Yep, that's sometimes Kenny Barnhart, Kendra's dad, would do that. Not always step out of the booth, but sometimes he would, and he did at Keystone. He was the T-shirt king. I'm telling you, Kenny kept that crowd going. Kenny, was constantly. We were the T-shirt nationals for many years, and of course, Kenny stepped away. Doesn't announce. I don't guess he announces at all anymore, really.
Nope.
But I always enjoyed, especially at Easton, because he was right behind me, and he'd just say something
completely off the wall.
And I would turn around and look at him. He'd just be smiling for me.
Like sometimes I think he did it just to see if people were still paying attention.
Oh yeah, yeah. He used to get me like right now. Turn and look at him like, just
or like he would mean to say a common phrase and like mess it up, and then you're like, what did he just say?
Well, I always appreciated when he was out on the track. That was most of the announcers are stuck on the catwalk and don't move too far. But that's all right. It's still a good show. That doesn't change anything.
I will say our announcing this year was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a very good team of announcers.
Well, they will be back. I know one of them will, for sure. So I'm going to skin him if he says no. So, but
is he from your neck of the woods?
On the other side of the ditch, yeah.
Okay.
The river. We call it the ditch. Yeah. Yep. Mr. Warwick himself.
Tony Warwick.
Tony Warwick. There you go. We'll start. Yep. Kozar. One time his last name was pronounced Kozer. It's Kozar. It's AR. But
Mr. Cozy.
Somebody called him Tony Kozer. It just kind of stuck with me as funny.
Poor guy.
Yes, Tony, we're busting on you, Tony. He's not on here tonight because trust me, he'd be chiming in. Shut up, Jr.
I was impressed that you guys actually managed to get beer money into Keystone to do the video.
That was Justice doing, yeah, and that's they yeah, absolutely. I wish we could get some pullers from out their way again. We had a few, but we used to get a strong showing, especially in super farms. I'd love to see Salama come back, but it's a lot of traveling. I understand.
Well, I've seen that we had a couple of Canadians that did well.
Yeah, took all our money.
One of them back to back. One of them back to back with two different tractors. So
yeah, and the pro stock class.
Speaking of that, champions, the photos have arrived. As far as coming from Tyrus, Ty. I can stop calling him Tyrus, Ty. But and I got to get into design mode here now that taxes is almost over for me, and get those designed and shipped to you. Video sets are coming as well. Last year that didn't happen because of a lot of family stuff going on, sidetracked, and it just kept getting shuffled back. A lot of them are delivered to you at Keystone, and I got some pretty good feedback on that, but we're not going to make you wait this time. We're going to get everything done, shipped out to you, and in a more timely manner. So stay tuned. It'll be shipped to you soon.
I would like to thank you for the promo video, and I was kind of curious why the guy in the yellow shirt was in there. I wasn't trying to promote myself.
Well, here's why.
You are the face of the Beast of the East.
You're the Beast of the East,
now.
Dwayne, and you're the guy that hired me to do the job.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the video.
I was looking for at least 3 to 4 opening photos.
Yep.
To lead into the Beast of the East logo, like you see, and we had the tractor work on the track going on and stuff. I really didn't have anything just grandstand wise.
Yeah.
And I had 3 or 4 photos from Ty of you. And I said, we'll take the one where he's by himself. Looks like John Wayne standing there. So we'll just.
Well, I had asked Ty to take more pictures of the track help and the work going on around.
Absolutely.
So I think the fans also like to see more of just straight, instead of straight up pulling pictures. It gets.
Oh, they like to see the pit pictures.
Yes.
They like to see,
Yeah. So try to mix everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, so he does.
If Amber's with him more, I think you'll see. I mean, he tries to get into the pits before the event starts. I used to do that stuff.
Yes.
And there's no way I can do what they do now. That's why they're here doing it, because I just don't.
Yeah.
See, I know at Snyder County Championship weekend, she was walking around the pits a good bit.
And she also did so with him at Keystone. And it's, providing her schedule allows her to be with him. That'll be like that all season. I won't say every pool, but I think that's the plan. If not, we're going to crack the whip on her and put her to work. So.
Yep.
Just kidding, Amber.
Works. It works awesome. I really enjoy the pictures.
Yes.
And she's about half embarrassed about her pictures the first time around. I was like, no, they're awesome. Those are the best pictures of all of them.
Yep.
Don't tell Ty.
A creative mind is very entertaining when it comes to photography, even video work, GoPro work and stuff, And we have a GoPro, but I don't get a chance to use it. But I'm telling you what, I'm going to try to use it as much as I can this year, just for additional footage, just something different.
Walking around surprising hapless individuals in the pits.
Yeah.
With
His
your
name was Duane.
Selfie stick. Like, what are we talking about?
I walked up to him and started telling him. He goes, I got one of those. And I'm like, what? He's talking about the gimbal.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have 2 of them. The first one I bought, I was never happy with. And I tried to explain to the company. Anyway, they give me 1,000 things I needed to do. Said, you know what? For $100 gimbal, I found another company that was just as reputable or better and bought one, and I'm tickled to death with it. So, and it works like it's supposed to.
Well, if you have problems and you need one, I'll loan you mine.
I'm good. I've got 2 of them, so I know one or the other. The new one is awesome. It works perfect.
I did some reviews before I bought the one I have, and I'm very happy with it. It was a little bit of a learning curve because it has a mind of its own to a certain extent. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Chinese designed it. I think the buttons left to right is wrong on the back of it. So when you want to go right, you go left, and you turn the
Your
opposite
brain
way.
thinks opposite of how
Yeah.
it works. Yeah, mine's the same way.
So when
But once you learn that, it's pretty simple.
you look at the action to the left, and the gimbal turns right.
Yeah, it's backwards of what you're. Yeah, exactly. I understand. I feel your pain. But okay, well, we're over an hour, so hope we didn't bore everybody too bad. Now, I think I'm excited to see the new Lebanon, and I'm excited to get the pulling season started next Saturday. Please, Mother Nature, give us pretty weather. And and I will say, not to stop at April 22nd, April 23rd. Because I don't want Olin Simpkins on my telephone 7 o'clock in the morning. Just kidding. April 23rd at registration opens at 8 a.m. for the Delmarva Antique Truck and Tractor Pull. Antique Tractor Pull for the Delmarva Tractor Pullers at Easton, Maryland, at the same facility as we'll be pulling out Saturday night.
Did you see that?
Hey!
Got a sneaker. What's going on?
Is that a squash?
Yeah, just a little one. She's all fired up because she sees it. Okay, that's enough. Why don't you go bug your mother?
Clearly, she is not at ladies' night at Applebee's.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if she's still home. The kids are probably here in the house, and she left.
I got you.
So
definitely, I think that pool begins at I believe it's 10 a.m. for Delmarva. I know registration opens at 8 o'clock. So that's actually a test and tune. It's not an actual points hook for them. It's a test and tune, but they'll have plenty of tractors there. So if you're bored on Sunday, come on out.
I seen they had a pretty awesome
and it's free
graphic. Got the nasty looking Oliver on the graphics.
Yes.
Free pool at Delmarva, or free admission.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's $10 a hook, I think, for the test and tune. Yep.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, with that said, one more. Actually, there is a pool this Saturday at Dragon Motorsports in Miller's Tavern, Virginia. I don't have the information. That's my fault. But they do have a pool, and it starts at 3 p.m. And they'll run till they're done. And they expecting about 7 p.m. there'll be a live band coming out on the track to play after the pool is over. So
nice.
That's a pretty cool deal down at Miller's Tavern, Virginia, Dragon Motorsports Park. And that's dragonpools.com. Dragonpools.com. Check it out. Go check out their website and get all the information you need to know for that. So see
awesome.
a truck and tractor pool and see a live band, live concert. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Good deal.
Okay. That's all I got to say.
Well, thanks again for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. And we'll look forward to coming and seeing you here very soon. It won't be long.
Yep. Got to have a
pool.
Got to have a pool so we have some more exciting things to talk about.
I meant to load those photos you sent me from up there, but
that's fine.
We'll share them around on Facebook as progress advances. That'd be cool to see.
Yep. Yep. So that's awesome.
Okay. All righty. Thanks for joining us tonight. And like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for a last show before 2023 pooling season results start. So hope you have a fine tax weekend coming so everybody can rest.
Rest? What's that?
True. Get done just in time to go get really busy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Thanks for joining us.
See y'all.